this is what I have to go through. I'll show you. This is what's going on while I am filming. So if you hear any noise, anything weird going on, it's those two bozos out there. It's Nelson and the Meeble trying to share a teeny tiny basket, and they are just not being funny at all. So I will try my best, but I really can't promise anything because those two idiots are just not, I don't even know what they're doing. Look at that. Look at those two fools. You can't see me properly. Yay, you can see me better. Hi, welcome to the Friendship Up channel. And it's the day after my birthday. Whee! Happy birthday to me! I am now 30. I know, I have to start behaving like a grown-up. No, that's not going to happen. But anyway, I thought that I would do something a little bit special. It's not going to teach you anything at all about languages, sorry. So if you were there just to learn things, well, you can click off now because you're not going to learn anything. But my good friend Hannah turned 26 and she did 26 questions for 26 years. So I thought I would do 30 questions for 30 years. Unfortunately, I could only come up with 15 questions because I'm a little bit lazy. So these are the questions that loads of people have been asking me ever since I've started teaching. So I thought, rather than dodging the questions or always answering them, I'm going to put them all in one place so you can find out the answers for yourselves, and then maybe, you'll find it a little bit entertaining. So like I said, I could only come up with 15 because, well, maybe people don't want to know that much about me. I don't know. And you'll have to forgive my hair. It's a little bit all over the place. I don't know what's going on with it, but hey, deal with it. So, let's make a start on my fascinating life. Right, the first question that I get asked all the time is, what is my real name? So, I keep saying my name is Miss, but it's not. My name is Charlene, it's French. My mum and dad picked it, they had a hard time choosing, and they settled for that one, and I quite like it, because it kind of suits me. So, there you go. The second question I get asked a lot is, are you really French? Yes, I am really French. I could whip out my passport to prove it, but yeah, I am French. I was born in Rouen, which is in Normandy, France, for those of you who are not that good at geography. And, well, that's it. That makes me French. My mum and dad are French, my ancestors are French, we are French from as far as I can remember. So yeah, I am French. So that is settled. Number 3 that I get asked a lot is, was I educated in France or did I go to school in the UK? Well, I did all my schooling in France. The only piece of education that I have that is British is when I did my teacher training. Then I did that one in Lancaster. But all, apart from that, it's all French. I'm also asked a lot of times when I arrived in the UK. Well, that's a long story, but I'm going to try and make it short. I arrived in the UK on the 29th of September 2004, and I haven't really left since. I also get asked a lot, what did I do before being a teacher? Well, that's going to sound a bit weird, but I didn't really do anything before being a teacher, because that's what I've wanted to do for a long, long time, and also I did all my studying at university and all that, and I had a couple of little, side jobs. But then I knew I wanted to be a teacher, so then all I did was, going towards being a teacher. So I didn't really have to, try different careers or try different paths. I just knew that that's what I liked, so I went for it. So that's it. I also get asked a lot of times, why am I a teacher? Now that is a good question. Why on earth would I want to be a teacher when I could be a lion tamer or a plumber or whatever? Well, the thing is, when I was at school, I had some amazing teachers and I had some rubbish teachers. And I always said to myself, I would love to be like the good teachers I had because they made such a good difference in my life that it would be amazing if I could do the same to other people. And at the same time, I kept telling myself, well, these people that are bad teachers are awful, so really something needs to change. And if I have a chance to not be a horrible teacher, then maybe that's, that's going to make a difference to other people's lives. Also, some people ask me, what's the best thing about being a teacher? Well, the best thing about being a teacher is when you see that what you do makes a difference. It could be, in French, in English, in history, whatever. And it's not always necessarily making a difference education-wise or academically. Sometimes it's just that, you see a pupil coming in and they're in year 7 or year 8 and they're still a bit, shy, and they don't really know much about life, and maybe they don't have that many friends, and maybe, they just need a bit of guidance. And I love it when it works. Or, when a pupil comes in the classroom and they don't have a clue about French, and then by the end of the year they can make full sentences and they're really happy about it. That makes me really happy. So that's the best thing about being a teacher. On the other side, some people ask me, what's the worst thing about being a teacher? Now, I have 2 things that I cannot stand. The first thing is disrespect. It's when I speak, why do people not listen to me? I can't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. To me, it's terrible disrespect, because when they want my attention, I give it to them. But when I want their attention, they don't give it to me. And I think that's really rude and disrespectful. So that's one thing I hate. And the second thing I hate is people who are always forgetting their stuff. It just, it grinds on my nerves, because it's not hard, before you leave home in the morning, make a mental check of, have I got a pen, have I got my book, have I got, everything I need. And if you don't, go back quickly and get it. Or don't sit in class waiting for me to magically produce a pencil. I am not the pencil maker. So these are the only 2 things that are the worst things about being a teacher to me. These are the 2 things that I cannot abide. It's like, apart from that, it's all pretty good. Yes, lots of people ask me, because I am French, was it hard for me to learn English? Well, I would say it is very easy to communicate in English, but it's very hard to do it properly. You might be thinking right now, well, you're not doing properly anyway. But it's really hard because you have so many particular rules and so many different things that you have to learn, and it's all so different. French and English are just so different that sometimes I have to think to myself, right, well, this is how it works in French, how am I going to make it work in English? And this is why, in a way, I can totally sympathise with, the pupils I teach who are really struggling to make sense of everything, because it's so different. So yes, it is hard to learn English. Some pupils, usually the older ones, ask me, do I really need languages in my life? Yes, you do need languages in your life. You can spend your whole life just getting by with English, but let's face it, it's going to be a very sad life. It's going to be a life that is very small, not particularly open towards the world. It's going to be a life that is very restricted, because you can't really get to know different cultures and stuff like that. So yes, you do need languages in your life. You don't particularly need to be fluent at every single language, but if you can kind of get up to, let's say, GCSE level, which is, having a nice conversation, understanding everyday words and stuff like that, your life will be just blown open for you. It's just amazing. Hey, Darcy, do you know any languages? No, he knows chicken language, that's all he knows. And his life is very small as well. Poor cat. Hey! What are you doing? Yeah, Darcy. Do you like languages? Nope, he still likes chicken. Okay, I also get asked a very serious question, I think, coming from those pupils who are very concerned about my life. They always ask me, why are you so weird? Well, firstly, thank you for being so open-minded and so tolerant of other people's personalities. Thank you for this. And I shall answer your question with another question. Why are you so normal? There you go. I don't believe in being unnecessarily serious. I will be serious when, it's absolutely needed. And the rest of the time, I don't see the point of, taking myself seriously. Who am I to walk around the world like I own the bloody place? I'd rather be myself. I'd rather be crazy. I spend over 8 hours a day at work, so why not, liven it up a bit? And yeah, maybe sometimes I should, tone down the fab. But hey, that's my personality, and if you don't like it, well, sorry, but I don't like you. Okay, I also get asked this question pretty much, I'd say, at least once a week, is, do you think in French or do you think in English? Well, I don't really know if I think, to be honest. I think my brain just kind of processes things and then kind of like push them out my mouth according to what language is required at the time. Because, you know, I speak English, I speak French, I've also learned German at school and Italian, so if I had to think really carefully every time I needed to switch from one language to another, it would take me a while, and people would possibly think I'm a bit retarded if I had to pause and be like, okay, I have my sentence. So I think I'm so used to just playing with the languages that my brain kind of processes it without me noticing. And I think that's pretty cool. And that's really what happens when you carry on learning. It's just, you know, your brain does that instinctively, and after a while you don't even have to think about it, which is pretty cool. Right, we're on question 14 now, so I think I've done pretty well. I get that question a lot. If I wasn't a teacher, what would I do? Now, when I was little, I had 3 possible career choices that I thought were fantastic. Firstly, I wanted to be a nun. Obviously, that didn't work because I realised that I couldn't really live with my mum and dad. When you're a nun, you have to go and live with the other nuns, and I thought, I'm not ready for that. Then I wanted to be a sumo wrestler, and I thought it was pretty cool. But then my mum pointed out that I would have to go and live in Japan, and when I was little, I was like, I'm not moving anywhere. That is not with my mum and dad. So that was out the window quite quickly. And then my third point that I really wanted to do was to have a boat and sail around the world. Now, I come from a tiny village in Normandy, in the countryside. There is no sea anywhere near. You have to drive for about 2 hours to find the sea. And also, I couldn't swim at the time. I just thought that, you know, having a boat was fantastic, and I could see all these people on television sailing around the world, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. And then my mum pointed out that, you know, they couldn't come and live with me. So I thought, oh, that sucks a bit. So if I wasn't a teacher, I had those 3 options, which quickly fell out the window. And I think, to be honest, if I wasn't a teacher, I'd possibly be miserable to start with. And I'd try to do something to do with education anyway. Like maybe I'd be writing, you know, educational books, or maybe I'd be a translator, maybe I'd have a language school, something like that, because I really like it. But also, I really like puppies and kitties. So maybe I'd be some sort of vet or a vet nurse, or maybe I'd have a puppy farm or something like that. I don't know, because to be honest, I don't really think about it. I'm a teacher, that's what I've wanted to be for a long, long time, so that's it really, that's my life now. And the last question, to be honest, I don't know why people are so interested in this, but I get this question asked a lot, is, am I married? Nope, no ring, I am not married. I think, you know, we have now solved all the problems of the universe. Miss Valley is not married. I might be one day, hopefully, fingers crossed, but for now, no. And that's Nelson meowing like an idiot. So, that's all for now. You know, I did try my best. Hopefully that's kept you interested. If not, well, I hope that's helped you get a little nap. And I shall see you next time.